Sugar Grace Naragasina.
I am Jenny Monica P. Castilla.
And I'm Kevin Macarin. Have a great day, sir. And to this report, we will talk about incentive compensation, Chapter 9. And now, Ms. Jessica Rendon will discuss first about the introduction of incentive compensation and factors to consider in establishing and containing incentive system. And now, Ms. Jessica Rendon, please proceed.
Incentives refer to rewards given to employees in monetary or non-monetary form in order to motivate them to work more efficiently. An employee is paid an incentive through his or her performance. An incentive provides additional compensation for those employees who performed well. The primary advantage of incentive is the motivation of workers for higher efficiency. Here are the 7 factors to consider in establishing and maintaining incentive pay. Collecting key performance data. Process improvement required. Criteria for bonus pay. Pay for increased performance. Where can you get the most benefit? And lastly, don't make the plan too complicated. And now, Ms. Sahuntina will discuss the types of incentives.
Thank you, Jessica. And now, I will be discussing the types of incentives. There are 2 common types of incentives. These are monetary or financial incentives and non-monetary or non-financial incentives. So let me discuss to you first the monetary or financial incentives. Monetary or financial incentives are the reward which can be calculated in terms of money. These incentives are offered to employees who have more psychological, social, and security need active in them. There are common monetary incentives. First, pay and allowance. Regular increments in salary every year and grant of allowance act as a good motivators. In some organizations, pay hikes and allowances are directly linked with the performance of the employee. To get increment and allowance, employees perform to their best ability. Second, profit sharing. The organization offers share in the profit to the employees as a common incentive for encouraging the employees for working efficiently. It encourages the employees to work efficiently to increase the profits of the company so that they can get share in the profit. Third, co-partnership or stock option. The co-partnership is offered by issue of shares on exceeding a fixed target. Many companies offer share in management or participation in management along with share in profits to its employees as an incentive to get efficient working form to the employees. Fourth, bonus is a one-time extra reward offered to the employees for sharing high performance. Generally, when the employees reach their target or exceed the target, then they are paid extra amount called bonus. Fifth, commission is the common incentive offered to employees working under sales department. Generally, the sales personnel get the basic salary and also with the efforts put in them. More orders means more commission. Sixth, suggestion system. Under suggestion system, the employees are given the reward if the organization gains with the suggestion offered by the employees. The amount of reward or payment given by the employees under suggestion system depends on the gain or benefits which organization gets with the suggestion. It is very good incentive to keep the initiative level of employees high. 7. Productivity linked with wage incentives. Under differential piece wage system, efficient workers are paid higher wages as compared to inefficient workers. To get higher wages, workers perform efficiently and productively. 8. Retirement benefits. Some organization offers retirement benefits such as pension, provident fund, gratuity, and etc. to motivate people. These incentives are suitable for the employees who have security and safety needs. 9. Perks, fringe, benefits, represents, refers to special benefits such as medical facility, free education for children, housing facility, and etc. These benefits are over and above the salary. These extra benefits are related with the performance of the employees. And now, let's proceed to the non-monetary or non-financial incentives. This is an opposite side of monetary financial incentives. Non-monetary or non-financial are incentives which cannot be calculated in terms of money. Generally, people working high job or position or at high rank get satisfied with non-monetary incentives. There are common means and ways of non-monetary incentives. First, status. Status refers to rank, authority, responsibility, recognition, and prestige related to the job. By offering higher status or rank in the organization, managers can motivate employees having esteem and self-actualization need active in them. Second, organization climate refers to relations between subordinates and superior. These characteristics have direct influence over the behavior of a member. A positive approach adopted by manager creates better organizational climate, whereas negative approach may spoil the climate. Employees are always motivated in the healthy organizational climate. Third, career advancement. Managers must provide promotional opportunities to employees. Whenever there are promotional opportunities, the employees improve their skill and efficiency with the hope that they will be promoted to the high level. Fourth, job enrichment or assignment of challenging job. Interesting enrichment and challenging job itself is a very good motivator or stimulator. By offering challenging jobs, autonomy to perform job, interesting job, employees get satisfied and they are motivated. Fifth, employees recognition means giving special regard or respect which satisfy the ego of the subordinates. Whenever the good efforts or the positive attitudes are shown by the subordinates, then it must be recognized by the superior in public or in presence of the other employees. 6. Job security means lifetime bonding between employees and the organization. Job security will ensure safety and security need, but it may have a negative impact because once the employees get job secured, they lost interest in the job. So job security must be given with some terms and conditions. 7. Employees participation. It means involving employees in decision making, especially when decisions are related to workers. Employees follow the decision more sincerely when this is taken in consultation. 8. Autonomy to employee or employees empowerment. It means giving more freedom to subordinates. This empowerment develops confidence in employees. They use positive skill to prove that they are performing to the best when freedom is given to them. That's it. And now, let's move on to another discussion about incentives for professionals and incentives for executive that would be discussed by Ms. Castillo.
Hi! Before we talk about the incentives for professional and executive, let me first discuss to you what is incentive. An incentive provides additional compensation for those employees who perform well. It attempts to tie additional compensation as directly as possible to employee productivity. Further, incentives are monetary benefits paid to workmen in recognition of their outstanding performance. It refers to rewards given to employees in monetary or non-monetary form in order to motivate them to work efficiently. It is also known as payment by result or PBR, as they are paid in lieu of outstanding performance by an employee. So, basically, an employee is paid an incentive in monetary or non-monetary form on the basis of his or her individual performance. And incentive vary for individuals at different positions in an organization hierarchy and for different time periods and situations. Let's proceed to incentive for professional. Professional employees are those whose work involves the application of learned knowledge to the solution of the employer's problems. Examples to this are those lawyers, doctors, economists, and engineers. Those possible incentives are bonuses, stock options and grants, and also profit sharing. Improve pension plans and also equipment for home offices. These incentives consist of 5 elements. Those are base salary, short-term incentives, long-term incentives, benefits, and perquisites. Each of these elements receives different emphasis in the compensation package depending on the organizational goals and executive needs. Making incentive pay decisions for professional employees can be challenging. For one thing, firms usually pay professionals. Well, anyway, for another, they are already driven by the desire to produce high-caliber work and receive recognition from colleges. In some cases, offering financial rewards to people like these may actually diminish their intrinsic motivation. However, that's certainly not to say that professionals don't want financial incentives, particularly those in high-demand jobs like software and systems developers for information technologies firms. And now, I am going to discuss to you the incentives for executive. Well, there are 2 types of incentives for executive, the short-term and the long-term. Well, short-term incentives are often referred to as annual incentives, or the rewards given in a time period of up to 1 year, that are intended to compensate executives for achieving the company's short-term business strategy based on achievement of goals by the board compensation committees. Thus, it is based on achieving a number of goals specified for the company by the company's board of directors. The nature of these goals varies depending on the business company's strategy and other conditions. Annual objectives can include such items as increasing revenue or market share, implementing a new corporate strategy, and also improving profit margins. Typically, the annual incentive is paid in cash and is expressed as a percentage of the CEO's annual salary. Most annual incentives include a 2-tier structure, a target level, which is the executive's normal expected performance, and a stretch component, meaning that the company would have to obtain extraordinary results for the maximum incentives to be paid. This is done to encourage executives to achieve superior results. On the other hand, long-term incentive purpose is to reward executives for achievements of the company's strategic objectives that will maximize shareholder value. This may be provided in the form of stock-based compensations, such as stock options, restricted stock, performance shares, cash, or stock-settled performance units. Typically, these have been provided in the form of stock-based compensation, such as stock options, restricted stock, and performance-based stock options or similar devices. The performance period for a long-term incentive typically runs between 3 and 5 years with the executive not receiving any pay from the incentive until the end of the performance period. Long-term incentive goals vary by company, but the most prevalent are focused on the total return to shareholders, earning per share, and other return measures such as return on assets. Like annual incentives, long-term incentives typically have a target and a stretch component to encourage executives to achieve superior performance. And now, let me ask you something. Do you have some ideas about designing and implementing incentive pay? Well, I will let Kevin discuss it to you and he will give you some knowledge about it.
My topic is all about designing and implementing incentive pays. When you say incentive design, it's a careful process of crafting a system that connects performance measurement with performance reward. So if you do a good job, you have a reward for me. That's what I mean. And with the goal of motivating employees to perform according to the expectation of organization. Incentive design is a means of aligning an interest of an organization's employees and owner. So that's incentive design means. And also designing incentive based or implementing incentive plans. You need to understand the employees or you need to involve the employees, because it's important to understand the employee's perspective and interest level with developing the framework for an incentive plan. Additional pay, paid off, and reward are the three most common types of incentive used, from business administration department, reporting,